Hey.
Begun to fray, its lands rent by tooth and claw.
Look at him go. Oh, he's got a cramp.
Are you all right?
I can look after myself, you know.
I have to let that intro play for a minute every time I stream, because I get 10 more viewers. I'm starting to look good. Speaking of looking good, today is the day we get an entirely new outfit. We just hit level 45, which means we can do the next warrior quest. And this quest comes with pants, and shoes, and gloves, and possibly a hat. I don't know, like the warrior garb probably goes really well with that chest piece I've got on. So I think we might actually look okay. Ooh, and sorry for the late stream. Yesterday was a holiday, and my family sucked the life out of me. You know, as they do. Like, that's their job. That's fine. Oh god, my legs. Alright. Good morning, everybody. I'm Old Man Sugarheart. Today we're playing more Final Fantasy XIV. And we are going to go do our warrior quest. Whee! Greetings, hope everyone's doing well. Also, you're getting a lurk since your chronic headache is still giving you grief. That's rough. Does your chronic headache ever go away? Because, it's probably your most common greeting. Also, welcome, Darth Chaos. Like, at least tell me it goes away in, like, different seasons or something. Looking the part. Well, welcome back, my friend. Oh, hey. Thank you for the follow, Starduster Gal. Welcome again, my friend. I was wondering when your travels would bring you back this way. Just so happens that I have some exciting news. I finally uncovered the clues pertaining to the whereabouts of the lost armor of my ancestors. As it turns out, after a fallen hero cast the 5 pieces from the mountaintop, 5 of his pupils set out to recover them, intending to restore their master's name. What's more, they were actually successful in this search. However, when it came to reuniting the set, the armor's great power began to work upon their minds, and not one could bring himself to relinquish his piece. After realizing then that their master's fatal pride was born of the artifact's combined influence, pupils resolved to keep the pieces separate and to share it between the 5, the power that might otherwise have consumed one. Thus did each of them carve his own place in history. Chronicles go on to say that years later, prior to death, each of the pupils returned to the scene of his own greatest victory and buried the artifact in his possession, in a final attempt to prevent any one warrior from holding the set. And it is there that the pieces still rest. You may be interested to know that the armor I wear is itself a replica of the set crafted by my ancestors. Identical in all respects, save for its lack of arcane enhancements, enchantments that adorn the original. I know what you might be thinking. If we were to bring the 5 pieces together once more, what would prevent us from being corrupted in the same fashion? Well, I thought of that. What we need only do is trace the runes we find on the armor to every piece of warrior gear. That way, there would be no need to worry about a single proud fool becoming drunk on his all-surpassing power, as every warrior of the realm would be possessed by the self-same might. It's quite brilliant, if I do say so myself. So, how about we split up and begin the search straight away? 3 of the locations seem quite self-evident. I wouldn't trust the search there to you while I track down the 2 with the tome in hand. Let's see. Sorry, I'll read chat in just a moment. One piece is said to be buried under a great rocks of Boulder Downs in Corthus, while another slumbers peacefully at Camp Tranquil in the Southern Shroud. Last of the 3, untouched by Parada's Peace in Western Thanalan. Unearth those 3 relics and bring them to me. With any measure of fortune, I'll have tracked down the remaining 2 by the time you return. Hawkeye. Hello, how am I doing? I'm doing great. Marie Edmonds, how are you doing? You just shared a gift with a Discord server not long ago? Oh, it's a cute one. One of these days, I'll set it so I can share Discord messages on stream a little easier. For now, everyone has to join the Discord. Suckers. Alright. We're going to Boulder Downs, Camp Tranquil, and Parada's Place. All over the world. Let me see where to go first. Corthus. That's gonna be a walk. Is there any place anywhere near me? Of course not. What about Camp Tranquil? Hey, that one I might be able to do. Quarry Mill. I had to branch and go south. It's gonna be lots of walks. It's actually the autism creature, also known as the Yippee creature and the TBH creature. Oh. Yippee! I'll have to do like a know your meme search for that one later. Where am I going? Not this way. Come on, get me out of here. Whew. Just came over from watching your Magical Delicacy series of videos. Oh, thank you. I really enjoyed Magical Delicacy. I'm gonna miss it. Like, I'm a sucker for a good cooking game. And there usually aren't many. There have been a few good ones this year. Like Cuisinier was pretty legit. I also like Kitchen Crisis, although that was more of a hidden gem. I think there's another one coming out in a couple of months called The Witch's Bakery. That one's sounding good. But before then it was like Battle Chef Brigade and that was it. Am I heading in the right direction? Where is Camp Tranquil? Oh, it's in the water. Ooh, how did you like the Magical Delicacy series? I felt like I should have probably done a little more of in-depth tutorials. What I did was add a bunch of like maps. Like, the hardest part of the game besides that is understanding how the flavors work. there was a section in the in-game tutorial that explained that well enough, and I don't want to just... Oh! It's a frog! Or a salamander. They say he's an emerald salamander, but this is definitely a yellow spotted salamander. In theory, these critters live near where I live. I've never actually seen one in person. Might take a whack at it. You're sort of stuck in No Man's Sky right now? Ooh, that was the latest patch of No Man's Sky. They released a big one, which kind of like shocks me because I'm like, there's... There is... Ooh, is that Vesper Bay? I think it is. Yeah. You actually have a plushie that's based on the autism creature? Cute little thing. Aw. I'm excited. It won't be too long before I start making plushies. I don't know if they'll be successful. I think most of the plushie places I've found were places that were like, if you commit to spending money, and enough people do, then we'll make the plushies. Otherwise, everyone gets their money back and nobody gets any plushies. And so, you know, it'll probably be one like, oh, it didn't quite fund, but it'll be fun to try. And, you know, in that case, we'll just try again later. Because I feel like my VTuber would make a very good little plushie. Don't mind me, toads. But yeah, No Man's Sky, they released a good patch recently that added a lot of content, if I remember right. I'm just really excited for Light No Fire. Like, I feel like the devs have done enough. They don't have to, like, keep adding to it. Alright. And then that last place is in Korthus. It's been a long time since I've been to Korthus. How does one get to Korthus in a reasonable fashion? Mordona the Black Shroud. Or Ishgard? No. No. It looks like I have to go through the Black Shroud. Okay. We're going all over the world. The most recent update was really great. You're super busy visiting and playing the game and catching up on the new things. There were a lot of new things. Man. So I got the stream started a little later today. And boy, the people are out today. It's weird, the server always seems full, but... There's a lot of people out in Limsa Lominsa now. Like, there's always, like, a little wait for, like, 5 people whenever I sign in. But somehow those people don't feel real. But yeah, if I remember right, the latest No Man's Sky update like really improved like the visuals and the environment. which is kind of like one of the things I wanted them to improve on like way earlier. Sean Murray said in an interview like they wanted to add cool things to the planet like volcanoes and stuff like that, but they were worried about like blowing up players' existing bases that they've worked on for a long time. And I'm like, I get that, but you would make the game so much cooler for a large group of people. I know so many people are very vocal about like being afraid to lose their progress. I'm not one of them. If you need to nuke my save to make the game better, you can do that as long as you're not doing that every week. Enjoy your stream. Not really familiar with Final Fantasy games, but I'll look back in another time. Have a good day. You have a good day too. I mean, Final Fantasy 14 is not like any other Final Fantasy game. I mean, there's a lot of old familiar faces and the like. But for the most part, this is closer to WoW than it is Final Fantasy. Except in my opinion, it is much better. Is one of these in the Black Shroud? Alright, help me... There we go. Okay, we zoom out. There's the North Shroud, East Shroud, Central, South? Where's the Black? Porthos, Fallgord Float. Can you take me to Fallgord? Yeah. Or at least I don't think this is anything like Final Fantasy games. I haven't played a new Final Fantasy game since like 13.2. Like, I skipped 15 and 16. 16's coming out on Steam very soon, if it's not out already. I heard good things about them, but, like, I didn't like the direction they were heading in. Like, I gave them all a chance, but after 10, I didn't like the action combat. Like, I might be a little old school, but I like the turn-based thing. I wanted... Playing an RPG is kind of like reading a book. And I kind of want, like, a more peaceful experience. Okay, so... Amanda Corthus. Just go out this way. Up on my fat chocobo. Ooh, Corthus. So Corthus is like where Heaven's Ward takes place, or at least deep in there. You can go into this area and kind of like get a peek at it. It'll be very snowy, very cold in that expansion. Alright, am I gonna fight a dragon? This looks like my hometown. It's all so familiar. Whew. Anyway, yeah, I tend to prefer like the turn-based combat of like old RPGs. I should be following the river. Leave me alone. This area is like the first one that's actually matched my level in a while. Whenever I do the warrior quest, it's gonna be like level appropriate. Because the EXP boosts have made like the main story quests like way beneath me. Which is fine. I'm looking forward to the part where we make it to Evan's Ward with the EXP boost. Alright. Mud puppies. You guys look a lot like the emerald salamanders. Is there a lore reason why warriors hate salamanders, I wonder? Whew. All right. Hey, I see you. Coming down here? I'll fight you in the waterfall. That was the first time I've ever used the skill Vengeance. Not even sure what that skill does. Alright. I got all the things. Take me to Costa del Sol. What would I say is my favorite RPG? So I can never go back to it because it'll never be as fun as the first time I played it, but Grandia 2 was probably one of my favorite, or might be my favorite RPG ever. Aside from that, Octopath Traveler 2 is really good. And I'd strongly recommend that one. I played that one on stream, but I never finished it. I feel bad about that. I'm kind of bad about RPGs. I don't finish them, and I don't think I probably will until I can make streaming my full-time job. Otherwise, I get distracted by other things, and I lose track of where I am in the story, and then I'm like, I need to start over. How fares your search, old? Have you found aught of my tribe's ancient relics? Should you have the 3 pieces of armor, don them and show them to me. Oh, okay. How do I look? Ah, old. That you found this gear is most gratifying. But what I truly would fancy is to see you in it. Wait, stand still for a moment. The armor becomes you that I could not tell you had it on it at first glance. But now I have no doubt. I sense the power of these runes inscribed on each piece resonating within your soul crystal. This is the long-lost armor of the warrior. I too have found one of the relics. But I have run into an unexpected rub. When I donned the piece, I felt nothing. As if the lost treasure were no different from an unadorned replica's and already in my possession. Whether the power has been lost to it or must needs be awakened by means yet unknown to me, I cannot say. The ancient texts still hold many mysteries beyond my ability to decipher. But Before I forget, I should mention to you that I did indeed track down another piece before I was waylaid by this current conundrum. You should find it sealed away in the Red Mantis Falls. Hawkeye. The Red Mantis Falls. Where might that be? Wait, here? Okay. I managed to track down another piece. It's next door. You're really bad at finishing RPGs? Yeah. Streaming is helping keep you accountable for actually finishing them. Yeah. I was... That just occurred to me, like, after I said it out loud. I'm like, hold up. If I lose track of the story... Like, I record all my videos and I upload them to YouTube. If I want to pick up Octopath Traveler 2 again, all I need to do is look at, like, my last 2 videos and be like, oh, that's where I was in the story. It's all coming back to me. So maybe we can go back. I did finish an RPG recently. By recently, I mean like within the last year. I picked up like Witch Spring R, and it was pretty good. Like, I had fun with it. It wasn't one of the best RPGs I ever played, but it kept me engaged all the way through to the end, which is fairly rare. I think part of that was you can have like different sorts of builds. You kind of like choose which angle you're going to go to early in the game. And I think I had the most overpowered build. I like these pretty red flowers. Like glowing red lavender. I like it. Hey, it's the thing. But you haven't actually checked out Grandia 2. I do recommend it. There's an enhanced edition. I think it just comes with like a few extra cutscenes. I think they did like an HD remake. So that if like the old Dreamcast version doesn't look graphically up to your standards, do not fear. There's a solution. I mean, it still probably looks old, but it's still a goodie. Hey, I got a new hat. Yeah, just as I thought, my chest piece looks pretty good with this armor. I look like a warrior. I look like I'm straight out of Monster Hunter. Apparently they have it for Nintendo Switch, so that would definitely be an easy to get. Oh, I recommend it. The characters had a lot of personality. I ended up caring about them all pretty well. There's so many things I want to spoil for you. Like, it gets weird in a lot of places. We're going to Hidden Falls. Are you coming along? Yeah. You've been playing Langrisser and Growlancer recently? Old graphics are something you actually love? Nice. I'm finding I have less and less tolerance for them. Like, there's a really great farming sim that came out recently. It was like, Fields of Mystria. And while I've heard nothing but great things about it, like, I look at it and I'm like, it doesn't look that good. I don't want to be like a graphics snob. And there's definitely times when I will play like old school graphics games. But I've noticed it's become something that can stop me from enjoying a game. I see your search was a fruitful one. I'm pleased to say I have also gleaned some insight into why the armor I found seemed devoid of power. As I alluded to, the ancient warrior's armor derives its power from a concordance between the incantations engraved on the steel itself and the inner beast of the wearer. But my own resonance with the plating was too weak as to allow a proper connection with it. And now I think I know why. My soul crystal. It once burned bright like yours, but since the events at Wineport has been reduced to a lifeless husk. Why this happened, I cannot say, but the tome is quite clear about what would happen were the powers of the armor to be bestowed upon one whose soul is weak. The inner beast would devour the mind of the wearer and would go on a mindless rampage that would end only with the mercy of death. Yes, not unlike the crazed fiends we battle. I believe that the armor sensed my weakened state, foresaw the potential danger, and then knowingly shut off its powers to me. And I dare say we are fortunate that it did. I feel as though an apology is in order at this juncture. I must tell you, I left this final piece of armor where I found it. The breastplate is as the piece closest to the warrior's heart, has powers far greater and more dangerous than the other pieces. Uncertain as I was to the reason for my being unable to connect with the plate's mystical energy, I feared to take it would mean imperiling both myself and those around me. Your soul burns stronger than mine, yet I still worry for your fate were you to put it on. Look deep within yourself, old. When you find yourself ready, and then, and only then, come speak to me again. Okay. I'm ready. You would truly seek the ultimate relic of my people? The armor that could consume your very soul? The very soul of the most puissant warrior? What? Very well, if you are truly convinced of your readiness, I will not stand in your way. Puissant? Puissant? I've never heard that word spoken out loud, so I've totally butchered it. But I beg of you, old, the moment you feel yourself losing control and your inner beast overcoming you, cast the armor aside. Cast it from the highest mountain or into the depths of the ocean, I care not. For once the beast consumes your soul, there's no going back. You will rage on, a monster, leaving naught but carnage in your wake. The realm will bleed and history will repeat itself, and I cannot allow this to happen. No, my people have been shunned long enough. I would see the coming of a new age in which warriors protect the weak and are loved and admired by the people of the realm. My years of battle and sleepless nights spent poring over the ancient texts, all have been for this day. Brother, I know not where fate has led you, and yet I feel certain that in spirit you stand with me today. Together, we will restore the honor of our people. You must forgive my sentiment, old. As I said, this has been a long time coming. The breastplate you seek is in the highlands of Corthus, at the spring they call the Weeping Saint. I will stay behind. The events at Wineport still weigh heavily on my heart. Okay. Makes sense. You wonder, is it just the new games in the old graphic style that get to you, or do you also have a hard time going back to old games? Sorry, ads delayed your reaction. That's fair. It's hard to say. Like, I don't feel like I'm incapable of appreciating old graphics. It wasn't that long ago that I picked up Dwarf Fortress and played it in the old ASCII style. So, like, I'm capable of playing old games. Like, I think gameplay can swing a lot in its favor. The problem is, like, I have trouble starting. Like, I look at the graphics and I'm like, it doesn't look good, so then I'd leave it alone like an idiot. Wait, why am I walking? I'm not walking to Corthus. We need to go to Fallgord. But yeah, honestly, it's probably just more the graphic style keeps me from starting, which is an embarrassing problem. Because I feel like I'm missing out on some great games. But I also feel like I don't have nearly enough time to play all the great games that are coming out. Because I also want to play, say, Norland or Ember Ward right now. Black Myth Wukong is one of the greatest games ever made, apparently. So I should be playing that. Where's the spring? Way up north. LB plus R stick. Ah, there we go. There's the zoom. Don't click the R stick. No worries, you have a lot of games that you can't handle because of the art style. Yeah. There was one game, like to give an example for me. Whoop. Hang on. Chocobo Keep. You are not connected to anything. You won't even take me to Fallgord? Rude. You were a bat rider, you'd take me to Fallgord. But to give an example, there was a game that came out called like Phantom Rose. And it was like a deck builder game. I'd recently been into like Slay the Spire and I'm like, I want more of this. And this game comes out and it has this art style where it's a little monochrome, not like too monochrome, but it leans heavily into this like faded red color scheme. And it was hideous. I could not get over it. Like I felt a little sick to my stomach playing it too much. It was like playing Virtual Boy. I don't know if anyone else had a Virtual Boy or if it was just me. But I would play that for hours and then you'd take it off and you're like, ugh. And then you barf all over the real world. Because all you've seen is the color red for like 3 hours. And then your eyes are like, oh, blues and yellows and greens exist. Blah. You played Virtual Boy like 2 times when I was a kid. Like, you had to have the right game. Like, there weren't that many. Mario Tennis worked for me. Yeah, I think that was it. That was the game that I could play for a long time. And yeah, the headache. Your friend had one. He only had Mario Tennis. Like, that's the thing. You need to find like the one Virtual Boy game you like, and then you can experience true nausea. Wow, this one really is on the corner of the universe. This is about the farthest corner of this entire, of the entire Realm Reborn. I think there was like another like robot pinball one. I want to say Wario had a game for it too. What are you? Bolthorn. Or Bullthorn. You can be whatever you want to be, I won't judge. Dude's got no AoEs. Do you have any special attacks whatsoever? Just right hook. At least switch it up. Use the left sometimes. Ayy. Hand over the breastplate, old. After much wrestling with the thought, I simply cannot entrust such a relic to an outsider who may be overwhelmed by its power. I return now to Hidden Falls. If you would have words with me, then come. I will not run away. I mean, I could have tried to say no. You couldn't have had that, like, crisis of conscience before I walked to the farthest corner of Earth? Whew. 43 minutes. This has been a long start. I split the quests up by mission on YouTube, or I split the video up by quest on YouTube, and it's been interesting, like, seeing how long the longest one gets and how short the shortest ones are. I think the longest I've had is like 52 minutes. The shortest one I've had is like 2 minutes and 15 seconds. And they could be quicker if I skipped over the text. Old, I am sorry. I did not mean for things to happen like this, but I had no choice. I've wrestled long and hard with the matter, but this is my decision, and I cannot trust you with this power when I do not even trust myself. That's right. I won't attempt to don the plate again either, nor will anyone. Not until I have proof that there is one with a will strong enough to withstand the beast siren's call. Peer deep within your soul, old. Peer into the eyes of the beast that stares back at you. Can you truly say that you can engage the monster in battle and emerge victorious? I shall return to the tome. If there are any answers to be found, they lie within those pages. In the meantime, continue your training, that I might find an answer, that you might find an answer of your own. Boo doo 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 doo. You appreciate that I read the text? Yeah. It's one of those mandatory streamer things. Like, even if you don't want to read the text, if you want to be like a good streamer. What did I get? I got like some kind of cyclone ability? Steel cyclone. You just spin to win, do you? Okay. I'm gonna put you on the hotbar right here. Woo! Now I've got some AoE beast gauge. Alright, Tales from the Titus Slayer, my feisty little chocobo. Where now does that guy live? Not Costa del Sol, surely. I want to say he was by the Moraby dry docks. We'll check the map in a moment. But yeah, like, there are things I'm trying to do to make, like, the viewer's experience better. One is I try to keep it, like, a TV-appropriate language. Which has been a bit of a struggle. Sometimes I like to swear and say inappropriate jokes. I'm trying to keep them to a minimum. At least, like, I want daytime television to, like, beat me in inappropriateness. The other thing is I understand that a lot of people just put me on for background noise. Or Lanoska. Oh. Actually, it might be quicker to walk there. Where's this? Morby Dry Docks. If the Chocobo will run me off in that direction, I can hop off when we get to my destination. Give me a ride. Maybe? Funny, you're playing Final Fantasy 11 online right now? To be fair, you put all streams on as background noise. Well, yeah, me too. I got a dual monitor setup for work, and now I can't live without it. Like, I can't just, like, use my monitor as a TV like I used to. Like, I need a monitor off the side that's for entertainment or for visualization or something, while, like, the main monitor is for where I'm doing work. Like, I don't think... I'm a strong lurker. I don't think the streamers I watch have any idea that I'm there. Hey, we're there. Let me off. Hey. Troctum. So you want to hear the tale of how the company of heroes bested a primal, do you? You appreciate the TV age appropriate language the most? It's hard to find streamers that don't swear a lot, and I don't like swearing, right? I love swearing, but like... I had kids at some point, and I want to watch some streamers, but like half my streamers became unwatchable because I can't watch them with my kids. Like, there's a niche for people who aren't swearing. That's part of why I chose such a cozy avatar. Wanted people, like, to tell at a glance that I wasn't going to, like, burst out the F-bombs. Let me guess. You mean the beast that... See, this guy's trying to get me to swear. But it is the text, so that's what's gonna happen. Let me guess. You mean that bastard Titus, eh? Ah, if only he'd been there to see it. 'Twas a mighty struggle, like the legends of old. Me and the boys fought him for 3 days and nights, we did. The ground trembled with every step Titus took, and when we hit ye, boy, it felt like a cannonball to the gut. Ugh! Just like that. Oi, what's that look for? I'm a god's damned hero. I'll have you know. The people around here sing me praises. Don't tell me you only care about learning the secret tactics we used to beat old Titus. Well, too bad, because now I'm not feeling charitable. If you're so damn desperate, then why don't you do me a favor and kill those rats that have made a nest by the windmill just south of here? Do that and then we'll talk. Right on cue, game, right? I had to remind myself, like, I'm only going to be as appropriate as the game I'm playing. Like, I won't be more inappropriate. I'm not gonna, like, throw fuel to the fire. Hey, it's the rats. All right. Oh. The Rat King. I loved you in Ninja Turtles. I had his action figure. Yeah. There was one game. I'm trying to think of the most inappropriate game I played recently. It's either Shadows of Doubt or Elden Ring, where like a young lad or lass hopped in my stream and wanted to watch. Like, I was debating in my head, like, should I ban them? Like, no, I'm gonna leave that one up to parental supervision. So the beasties are dead, are they? Nice work, Venturer. Save me the hassle of, never mind. Then again, I need to refresh my memory on, like, Twitch and YouTube streaming policies for minors. Like, I think you have to be 13 to be on Twitch. I don't know what it is on YouTube, but I feel like I might actually be obligated to ban children who, like, show up. Like, if someone pops in and they're like, I'm 12, am I just, like, ban? I think that has to be the policy, even though I feel bad about it. Like, I know Twitch has got to do it to cover their butt, but, like, I'm trying not to be... I'm trying to be appropriate for the youngins. At least with strong parental supervision. What? You still asking about how we beat Titus? I don't know, Venture. It was a pretty risky strategy. The kind only a veteran of 10-score battles could rely upon. I want to teach you, I truly do, but unless you prove you've got what it takes to face that fat bastard, I can't in good conscience tell you a damn thing. Twitch is full of 10-year-olds, but they all know they have to just not say they are. That's kind of what I figured. At the very least, you need to be capable of slaying a gooboo. Come to think of it, that ain't a bad idea. Them creatures have a taste for the floured mill here, so ye ought to have no trouble finding one in the vicinity. Of course, I ain't asking you to cut one down as quick as a skilled axeman like meself. Hey, Road, why don't you try heading due west and stand lookout in case a gooboo comes calling. Slay it, and I might consider telling you more about old Titus. Okay. I loved him in Final Fantasy X. That's not true. I was kind of indifferent to Titus. There he is. Gooboo Farmer. You're a farmer? Farmers out here killing farmers? I like Titus, but only because he kind of looked like me. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there are any RPG characters look like me. Closer to a white Barrett than anything. Yeah, you again? And that Gooboo that was harassing the Millers is dead. Didn't think you had it in you, Adventurer. Still, you took forever and a day to get the job done. I'm still not sure I should tell you our secrets. Okay. Give me your money. That might be a new record for the quickest mission. Like, kill this guy in the front yard. Done. So, as I was saying, I still don't know if you got what it takes to face Titus. Maybe if you slew a... Troctum, you in here drinking again? If you are, that Goobu better be dead. Oh, it's dead, Chief. You have my word on that. Cleave the beast's skull in two with me trusty axe, I did. That a fact. And what will your friend here say if I ask him? He'll vouch for me. Of course, ain't that right, friend? Tell me true, was it Tractum who slew the Goobu, or was it you? Chief, what are you saying? It's me, Tractum, the finest axeman ever to serve the company of heroes, the legendary mercenaries who slew that bastard Titus. Titus? Titus? Who in the seven hells is Titus? Some primal you fought in a drink-sodden dream? Company of heroes slew Titan, you bloody halfwit. You see, Titus was what me and the lads used to call him. That's the biggest load of Sahagan shite I ever heard. Both you, outside, will learn the truth the Lamentin way. Troctum, if you didn't slay that Gobu, you may consider your contract revoked. Well, look at me, buddy. I'm about to hit you with the flat side of my axe. The Lamentin way. Oh, we gonna fight, aren't we? Destroy the large boulder. Alright, you know the rules. First man to smash this boulder will be judged the Goobu Slayer. Don't even think about trying to kill me. That's cheating. Who picked those boulders? They're nothing alike. Ah, hell's with it. Contest begin. Bugger, bugger, bugger. I'll smash both our boulders. How about that? Alright. I admit it. I lied about being in the company of heroes. But I'm begging you, Chief. Please don't dismiss me. I've learned me lesson. Honest, I have. Save your blubbering Troctum. God knows I should have known. Mercy, please. I didn't want to deceive you, I swear. It's just that I kept getting turned away by all the folk I asked for work, and I panicked. See, the last job I had was at Costa del Sol. There was this grizzled marauder everyone treated like royalty. When I heard he was the captain in the company of heroes, I finally understood why. I wasn't being serious when I said I was one of them, but you went and believed me, so I... Look, his name was Hoisket, alright? Hoisket. He'll tell you how to defeat Titus or whatever the hell that thing's name is. That's what you wanted, ain't it? So come on then. Tell the chief to forgive me. It's only fair. I mean, I don't care about him either way, but he does look like he can get the job done. Like, goobus and rats aren't a big deal. Alright. To Costa del Sol. They had to take me off the interview team at work because I approved everybody I saw. Because, like, it came down to, like, do you think they can do the job? And I'm like, yeah, all work is stupid. Anybody can do this job. Just give everyone a chance. I didn't care who asked. Problem is how they phrased it. Like, do you think he can do the job here? I'm like, yes. The jobs here are stupid, and they pay shit. I try to keep some of those quiet. Don't want them to know how I really feel about the job now, do I? Do you think they can push buttons on a computer all day for just as much as can get them a paycheck? Yeah. Yeah, I do think that. Pardon? You wish to slay the Lord of Crags? Huh. We must slay him, Captain. The people of Limsa Laminsa are depending upon us. You fancy yourselves hero then, just like in the tales? Be not so quick to judge. Long have I labored for the well-being of you and yours. My associates here has bathed in Ifrit's hellfire and lived. He's blessed with the power that protects him from primal influence. Thus was he able to lay low the Lord of Inferno. We know full well the risks, and have taken every possible precaution. We lack only the knowledge on how to enter the Titan's lair. Pray be so good as to grant us the boon of your wisdom, and we shall be on our way. A man who can't be tempered. Useful, but it will not be enough. Is it true the company of heroes has fought and felled primals, but each victory was bought with the lifeblood of brave men and women? And Titan was the worst we faced. Aye, we defeated him in the end, but he took from us some of our very best. Even if you possess the power you claim, I have no reason to believe that you'll succeed. Believe what you will, we mean to try. Though our lives be forfeit, we will not abandon Limsa in the wrath of Titan. Now hold on. Don't go forfeiting my life. You are passionate, I'll grant you that. And you deserve better than the greeting I gave you, but I will not send you into Ogomaro on a whim. To be plain, I do not wish to see you give your lives in vain. At the very least, I must have assurances that you are more than common adventurers. I oversee security at Master Gegaruju's estates. Perhaps you can demonstrate your abilities by attending one of our... Ye gods, man, if you heard nothing of what we said, we've not time to perform trivial tasks. The enemy is at the gates. Do you imagine words can sway me, girl? If you dislike my conditions, then you are welcome to find your way into Ogomaro. Though it pains me to admit it, I fear we have no choice but to acquiesce to the man's demands. Yet, much remains to be done if we are to beat Best Titan. Forgive me, but I must ask you to undertake this task alone. I will use the time to see to the remaining preparations. Leaving the dirty work to others, are we? Very well. Pray, do whatever the captain bids, however trifling. Remember, the fate of Laminsa hangs in the balance. Okay. Vicecat would first like to verify that you are not a complete fraud. Master Gegaruju's request can be more demanding than you realize. Before I set you to your true task, I would like to verify that this won't be a waste of my time. And Nyx has recently been seen prowling the beast to the east. The beach to the east. Sorry, my head's elsewhere right now. I got this. As you can imagine, my master does not want large slimy creatures anywhere near his lands. Beast is cunning, but you should have no difficulty luring it out with a herring. Slay the Nyx, return to me. Oh, and don't forget to bring me a leg as proof of the kill. Okay. In my head, I'm still trying to think of like what character from a Final Fantasy I look most like. It said White Barrett the other day, or earlier, and I'm like, that's not quite it. Look like Don Cornelio with a beard. Alright, now we wait in the bushes. Hey, get him! This is my fish. Can I eat the fish now? Can I eat the frog? Can mounts swim? No, they can't. Oh well. Oh, I can water sprint. Nyom. Well, did you deal with the Nyx? Consider him nixed. Lest you think me overly cautious for testing you in this way, you should know that we had an incident not too long ago. A foolish young employee was dismissed for lying about his past. He claimed to have served in the company of heroes, but I knew for a fact that he did not. Anyway, now that the pointless busy work is finished, I shall give you the challenge as befits your talents. Two highly distinguished individuals are scheduled to visit Costa del Sol in the near future. Master Gegaruju wishes to welcome them with an elaborate banquet. But while money is no object, not everything Master Gegaruju desires can be so easily purchased. It is to be an extremely exotic feast, and so old, your mission is to seek out and obtain the rare ingredients the chef requires. Naturally, such fine dining must be accompanied with suitable wine, and by suitable I mean the very best there is. That, however, can wait for the time being, as I believe you have enough on your plate as is. It will be a long and arduous journey, but you need not toil alone. Many of the mercenaries who once served under my command still live, and they will guide you in your quest. For the first ingredient, I'd have you travel to the south Shroud and speak to Landonell at Camp Tranquil. What? You mean to tell me you can't afford to waste time as your associate did? Adventurer, if you have not the endurance to complete the mission, how do you expect me to believe that you can outlast the Lord of Crags? Either do it or don't. I have work to do. Alright. Back to Camp Tranquil. Where was that again? I really need to get that Quarry Mill waypoint. So I'm going to go to Hawthorne. That way I can go through here and tag that on the way. Goluf Helm Baldesian. Maybe from Final Fantasy V. I never got that far in Final Fantasy V. But you did remind me, I want to say the guy's name is Baron in Final Fantasy VI? Bannon? Maybe? Kind of a scruffy looking hermit guy. Bushy, scraggly beard. Although, right now, normally I look kind of like my avatar, right? Like, the white hair is exaggerated a bit. But I've recently had a haircut, and it was a... what do you call it? A catastrophe, that's it. So I asked for like an inch on the top. And my hairdresser must have spent way too much time on Tinder because she's got a very creative interpretation of what an inch is. So I'm basically bald. Oh yes, that's him. Strago! I do remember Strago. Didn't he have a mohawk? Bad haircuts are so unfortunate. Yeah. I don't know if you know this about me. I've got some like overwhelming social anxiety. I'm downright agoraphobic. I like to hide in my house and only come out when I absolutely have to. I should have touched the aetheryte when I was here for the warrior armor. I'm not touching enough aetheryte. Or grass in like real life. So like, I'll let my hair grow out until I look like a tumbleweed with googly eyes. And then I get like it cut pretty short. Like, ever since the pandemic, I've been sent to work from home. And so like, I just don't see people like at all anymore. Streaming's the most socializing I get. And honestly, I kind of like it. Never doubt that Camp Tranquil has a powerful protector in the Sixth Spear. You have heard of the prowess of Captain Landonell, of that I am certain. I'm sorry, I was supposed to be talking to Landonell? You require assistance, adventurer? So, this one who would challenge Titan. So this is the one who would challenge Titan. I've been expecting you, old. The ingredient you seek is the egg of the giant adamantois. The method of acquisition should be obvious. You steal it from the beast's nest, of course, simple in theory, but difficult in execution. Most who try die in the attempt. Will I help you get it? You amuse me. I'll not jeopardize my position by openly assisting you. From me, you will only receive information. What you do with it is your choice. Okay. But you didn't actually give me the quest. Rude. Materia. I've heard of materia. Let me be clear. This business between you, me, and the captain must remain a secret. See, I don't regret my time I spent with the company in the slightest. Traveling the world, meeting interesting people, killing them, is all in jolly good fun. Alas, Gridanians are, by and large, an unforgiving lot. Dido here being the rare exception. I've had to go through great lengths to ensure that I am seen as a model citizen, with no taste for drinking, whoring, gambling, and the other activities I so clearly miss, and dearly miss. So, understand that you ruined my little charade by wagging your tongue. I'll fashion a noose with your entrails and hang you from the nearest heavens pillar. Well, what are you waiting for? There's a perfectly good adamantois egg in the nest to the east here, just ripe for the taking. Not that I expect you to live long enough to claim it. The mother never strays far from the child, and you will surely be attacked by the moment you lay hands upon the egg. And there will be other heroes, old. You do not need to challenge Titan. Abandon your quest, or your corpse will rot this swamp. Alright, I'll go kill somebody's mom. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. Oof. If my daughter hears of this, she's gonna cry. My daughter really can't abide by animal cruelty. My son can, but he can't abide by child cruelty. Like, I was playing Valheim, and I was hunting deer, and my daughter was just like, "You can't do that. You're a monster. I hate you. You're not my real dad." You know, the usual. And, yeah. I try not to, like, commit violent acts against animals in her presence. She's grown up a little bit and she kind of understands, like, yeah, sometimes people gotta eat. But, like, in this one, they're like, take the egg from the mom and then kill the mom. But don't eat the mom. No, just give the egg for some rich guy. She's gonna take issue with that one. I thought you might have the good sense to leave this place. And by your continued presence, I take it you intend to persevere to the bitter end? I got your egg. Ha such bravery, such recklessness. That will serve you well against Titan. Leave the egg with me. I'll see that it gets to the captain. You should make haste for the southern Thanalan. In the Forgotten Springs, you'll find a man named Uod Nun. He will be your next guide. Safe travels. Old. That is me. I am old. Where am I going? Just straight up the Forgotten Springs. I can go right there. I think we're going to have a new quest record for this one. Go to a place, talk to a person in that place. Oh, that sounds so sad. It was sad. State your business, adventurer. So this is the one Wise Cat sent me. I haven't the foggiest what he sees in you, and until I do, you will receive no aid from me. What is your accent, sir? I don't know what's important here. Critical hits? It's probably determination. I think I made the wrong call. Oh well. Yeah, my daughter's a sweetheart. But she could watch, like, an absolute horror movie, like a slasher fic, as long as it's only, like, filthy people who are getting killed. The second you hurt an animal, she is strongly upset. Persistent bugger. Well, let's have a look at you. You've seen your fair share of battle, there's no mistaking that. And you did manage to obtain that adamantoise egg. However, that was not more than a display of brute force and blind courage. The Noon I once fought also believed that his strength would save him. Are you Tony the Tiger? He was wrong, and now I am Noon. Many years ago, I joined the company of heroes to hone my skills, instead of challenging my predecessor before I was ready. Even when I was young, I understood that victory goes to the patient, the cunning, the pragmatic. That is why I claimed my position, and that is why I still hold it, and it is why I will not help an unproven whelp. The children of the sands do not offer aid to strangers. To do so is a sign of weakness. However, if you are recognized as a skilled hunter in your own right, I might be permissible to assist you. Across the desert to the east lies an Amalja encampment. There dwells a warrior renowned for both his strength and his guile. To even face with this Amalja in battle, you must first find a way to lure him from the encampment. This will not be your test to draw out and defeat the veteran. For this, I will offer you no advice, only this worn spear. Why do you ask? You will have to solve that riddle yourself. Now go and slay this old warrior and bring me his necklace. Okay. It's actually amazing that she's not phased by slashers as long as the animals are okay. Yeah, she's definitely a druid. Like, a movie I like to show the kids is the Dungeons and Dragons movie. Like, it's a little intense for kids their age. Like, there might be some scary scenes, like people are dying and stuff like that. But, like, no kids actually get hurt. Like, they lose their parents, and my kids are like, whatever. Who needs parents? And, like, no animals are actually getting hurt. In fact, one lady turns into an animal and kicks the shit out of everybody. My daughter loves it. It's who my daughter wants to be when she grows up. Let me just drop the bloody guasam. Lie in wait over here. Who needs parents? Your own kids. Yeah. I'd be mad if I didn't treat my parents the same way when I was a kid, and also as an adult. Well, joke's on them. I've spent their inheritance on candy and video games. Like, I have some pretty rad interactions with my parents, too, from time to time. My mom will see you and be like, oh, you put on a little weight, did you? And I'm like, listen here, you fat witch. And that's about where the conversation stops. You gotta nip that sort of thing in the bud, or else she'll, like, keep bringing it up. She's a big fan of, like, whatever happened to your ex-girlfriend? I miss her. I'm like, the one that cheated on me. Oh yeah, she was a delight. Classic moms, am I right? Tell me, adventurer, is our old nemesis dead? 'Tis a fine necklace, as befits a veteran of countless battles. Will make an excellent trophy. The spear? It belonged to one of his brothers. I knew when he spied it from afar, he wouldn't be able to resist venturing outside the encampment to see for himself. Did you not discern my intent, or was it dumb luck, I wonder? Either way, you impress me, adventurer. I shall tell you of the ingredients you seek. Money, please. One of these days I'm gonna sell those things and then I'll actually have money. A shame we did not meet when I was still with the company of heroes. You would have made a fine recruit. But no point in dwelling on what cannot be. You have a well-wick worm to hunt. Sandworms slither brazenly across the desert dunes, but well-wick worms are far fewer in number. Rarity breeds demand, and so their meat is highly prized as a delicacy. The only way to catch your quarry is to entice it with something it cannot resist. These worms prey on the smaller creatures of the scalies. A freshly slaughtered angler carcass would be my choice of bait. There's an area teeming with anglers to the east. I will mark it upon your map along with a location where well-wick worms are most frequently sighted. Be warned, the blood will drive the worm into a feeding frenzy. If your skills are lacking, it will devour you as well. Okay. To the west. See, there's a dune angler. But it's not the angler in question? Are there bigger ones? Just the regular anglers. Get angled. And now to Wormtown. I mean, I treat my parents pretty rough. Basically, I just give to my parents what they give me in return. I'm really disrespectful to them, but, you know, they treat me pretty badly in return. We've kind of reached this point of mutual respect out of giving each other a rough time. I do have an interesting set of parents, if you're curious. I'm blind! He sand-breathed me. It didn't seem to work. Alright, I got worm bodies. But if you're curious, my mom was a bartender, and my dad was a biker. And, like, my dad would go into the bar where my mom worked, and he would, like, buy a soda and play the arcade game. And she was like, wow, this is the only guy in here who's not, like, a raging alcoholic. Little did she know, he just had zero money. And so she was like, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can't trick this guy into marrying me. And she did. And it went about as well as you can expect. They were good people. Like, they're not evil. Well, my dad isn't. You look well. Have you caught your quarry then? I do. Worm meat. Your skills as a hunter rival those of our best. I applaud your success, old. The meat will need to be heavily smoked before I ship it to Weisket. Worry not, you have my word that you will receive it in time for the banquet. You must be eager to obtain the third ingredient. I regret to say that I know not of its location. For nonce, you should return to Costa del Sol and seek Weiskat's counsel. Ah, but hold a moment. Since you will be meeting the captain again soon, there's something I would like you to deliver to him for me. What could it be? The captain was always fond of his brandy wine, and I would be grateful if you would deliver it on my behalf. I was a reckless, angry youth when I first joined the company, and he would have been well within his rights to cast me out. Everything I have I owe to his wisdom and generosity. Weisket is a firm yet fair teacher, an expert molder of men, and I suspect that he is still the case now. Please, give him my regards, old. Alright. to Costa del Sol. Oh my, sounds like a time? Yeah. Yeah. It was fine. They all had good intentions. Yeah, for the most part, they put my well-being in the front of their minds. Like, I am alive. And I kind of owe it to them. Well met, old. Landonell and Ordanoon. Speak highly of you. What brings you here today? Got some wine. Aha, my favorite. I shall have to thank the nun personally. Now, yeah, but one ingredient left. Fortunately, you'll not have to travel to Aldenard this time to do it. Where's Aldenard? The things we do for cheese. Weiskit would like to tell you about the final ingredient needed for the banquet. Do I have time? I think I have time. Truth be told, I never intended for you to collect this last ingredient. Brayflox, my old quartermaster, wished to bring it to Costa del Sol herself. However, not long ago, she sent word that there's been some trouble at the long stop, and that the delivery would be delayed indefinitely. She told me nothing of the incident itself, but I fear the situation may be dire. I thought I would like nothing more than to aid her, though I would like nothing more to aid her myself. I have no choice but to turn to you and your allies. Make haste to the Hidden Falls docks and speak with Ozun Nazun. He will direct you to the Raincatcher Gully, where Brayflox and her people have made their home. Okay. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Thrill-seeking milk sop. Okay. I'm not sure what those words mean. What is a milk sop? Sounds fun. I like milk. Hey, it's the kobolds. We haven't even met them yet. Are you Ozun Nazun? What's the hurry, venturer? Eh? Something happened to you over the Gabi settlement? I don't know why you're so eager to help a bunch of beastmen, but go and talk to the skipper over yonder. She'll ferry you to the Raincatcher Gully. Alright. We're going to the Raincatcher Gully. You coming along? Yeah. Oop-a-doo-doo-doo. I forget what I was talking about earlier. I have lost my train of thought. I think we're about to do the Brayflox long stop? Is that the name of the dungeon? Brayflox all talks. Tongue flaps of Weiskit have be reaching ears of Brayflox. Uplanders come for tasty fresh gobby treats, yes? Quest prize of Uplander deepen long stop flighty beast chase gobby flock from homes. Gobby flock needs goodly Uplander to give safety to long stop with much hand lending. Okay. Whew. Man, that was the accent I used for the Keycurn, but I kind of like it for the goblins too. Maybe it'll just be my generic accent for anybody who speaks funny. Hey! It's a dungeon. Now I know this one is really easy to like wander off the main path. And everybody who plays it just shoots straight down the middle and tries not to wander off. Well, I'm curious. Is there a reason to wander off? Like, are there treasures to be had off to the side? Maybe a sweet loincloth? I feel like there has to be a reason to wander off. Yeah. Like, in the last stream we went to the manor. And it was great wandering off. Found a bunch of treasure, a lot of gear, get all the rare drops. It was good. The dudes are hitting me with the cure for 600. That's a good number. Like, he is waiting until I'm like near half health before he heals me. I'm not sure I trust him that much. The door is locked tight. Okay. That might actually be where I'm supposed to go. Oh, let's wander off. We'll take our time with this one. Like, one of the things I want to do with this playthrough is really explore the dungeons, because you never get to do that when you play with other people. You were playing a game where you had to talk to a billboard 10 times or so to get an achievement. The dialogue keep changing, so that's why you kept reading. Yeah. There are a lot of games that can do that. I'm trying to think of, like... Elden Ring did that. Hey, a Goblin Pathfinder. We friends? Gobbyflock in danger. Uplanders take gatey key. Open the head gate. Okay. Let's see. In Elden Ring, they make you do that. You talk to the doll. Oh, what is her name? The Ronnie doll. Oh, there's just not a lot here. Okay. Maybe people don't wander off because there's nothing to find? Hey! You're a pelican, are you? You don't look like any pelican I've ever seen. I am quite poisoned. Did you just S-in on me? That's nice. Looks like this fight might just go on for a little while. Let's see, other games that force you to talk to something like a dozen times. A flock of Ziz. Time for Zeus. In open world games, you used to be the type that would collect all the teleport points and explore all the corners before you actually did the story. Yeah, like, who actually completed the Skyrim main story, really? Same with Grand Theft Auto 5. I never saw the end of that. Ooh. But if you want to know what my dad looks like, if you look at Trevor and you give him a big bushy beard and aviator sunglasses, he looks exactly like my dad. Make sure he's bald on top. Over here. You leave my godly Pathfinder alone. It's over there. That's just another Goblin Pathfinder. In case I lose this one. Honestly, my dad kind of reminds me of Trevor a lot from Grand Theft Auto 5. With the distinct difference that, like, my dad actually doesn't want me to die. Like, he cares a little more than that. Like, Trevor's never really on your side in Grand Theft Auto 5. Zilla, thank you for the Prime subscription. How are you? Hey, what am I doing live in the middle of your workday, right? Well, yesterday was a holiday here in the United States. It was Labor Day. I spent the whole day out with my family, and I predicted that I would basically be dead inside afterwards, and I was right. What do we got up here? I'll save you, Goblin Pathfinders. And so, yeah, I was basically out cold for the morning. I intended to be on at my normal time, but I was smart enough to take the day off work. Because whenever I have some kind of vacation or a holiday, I always need a vacation or holiday after that. I've only got so much social energy, you know? Yes, give me the treasure. I'm starting to understand what you get from wandering off the path here. You go and you save all these Goblin Pathfinders and they give you stuff? How about you? I'm coming. Hand lending, hand lending. I got you, boo. Glad my dad wants me alive, right? It's like the most important characteristic of a dad. But he couldn't kill me if he wanted to. Cavalry Curious. Is that might be better than what I'm wearing. Yeah, well, it looks good. I don't feel like it matches my gloves or my boots well enough, but I don't know, I'll wear my white knight drip. Is there more treasure up here? I want all the treasure. Oh, hey, 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 hey. You leave my man alone. I'm not letting any goblins die on my watch. Makes sense. Yeah, vacations can be tiring. You were on vacation last week as well. You were watching my Dave the Diver videos. Yeah, I kind of stopped that playthrough. I kind of lost interest in it. Like, don't get me wrong, Dave the Diver is a great game, but they keep piling like things off to do, and that's kind of like the joke of the game. Like, you're Dave the Diver and they make you do everything. And it got to the point where I was like, I don't want to do things anymore. I'm tired. I'm too old for this shit. Can't have my daily routine be 17 different things. And the diving part was starting to get real slow. Like, I got to the glacial area and I was just like, oh no. I've already seen all there is to see here, I feel like. And I feel like I'm going to spend a long time in this zone. Just because that's where the most expensive fish are. Oh, hi there. Gotta get this tiny guy. Hey, you leave my friend alone. So you're gonna go back to watching Dave the Diver have a good stream? Oh no, really? Yeah. It does do that. I mean, it was good fun, and my son loved it. He was asking me to watch like Dave the Diver every day. Like, it's a fun game and entertaining things are happening constantly. I almost played it a lot more just for him. But I had a bit of a mental breakdown, like, I don't want to spend another weekend not playing a game for me. And so in my mental breakdown, I played a game that nobody likes, called Dungeon 100. If you haven't heard of it, you're not alone. Nobody's heard of it. And I don't think most people would even like it. But I needed to do something for me. It's been a while. Oh, I can't have the gloves because I already have them. Okay. What now, buddy? Where do we go? Oh, the door's open. I'm in it. As you should, right? I mean, like, there's tons and tons of games I want to play, but that one was like an auto battler. Yeah, okay, this is the place that looks familiar. This is where they tell me not to wander off the path and get upset when I pull the entire world. But what's off the path? There's gotta be cool stuff out there. We're gonna find out. Did I enjoy the game? I did enjoy the game, and I beat it for the first time. It was off stream, but, like, it happened. For the first time I made it to level 100 of the dungeon. I had a ridiculous frost build, and I got my frame rate to drop to 1 frame every 8 seconds. There was so much stuff on the screen. Like, it was, like, just a bright blue screen the game freezes. And you're just like, well, it's still moving. It hasn't crashed. Alright, what's back here in the corner? Come on, there's gotta be something, right? Huh? Huh? One frame every 8 seconds, right? Saw this little game earlier called Cookered. I thought it would interest you. I'll check that out. Cookered. Give me a moment and I'll write that down. Let's see. Cookered. Like, I've never heard of that game. Interesting. Oh yeah, a new thing's happening to me as a streamer. Like, people are actually hitting up my business email now. Like, I've gotten a few free games, which is a new feature. Like, there's small developers who are hoping to, like, get a small streamer to play their game on stream for free, you know, just for, like, free advertising. Now, the trouble is, none of the games look any good. Like, one of them is, like, Kitty Clicker. And the other is, like, 1-Bit Castle. And, like, they're just not, like, streams that anybody would watch. Oh, congrats. Thank you. You have to get going. I hope I have a good rest of the stream. Thank you. A cooking card game. Okay, that does sound nice. I did play, what is it, Space Food Truck? Something like that. I think it was named something simple like that. I think I need to go this way first and then through those guys. Yeah. Yeah. There was a deck building, like, food truck game that was really good. Do I not go here? Did they redo this game, like, quest at some point? They probably, like, made it shorter or something. Alright, now I'm starting to see why people don't want you wandering off in this game. There's a lot of dead ends with actual nothing. Ooh, but yeah, so that's cool. Like, I don't think it will be too long until we get, like, sponsored streams that I'll probably end up doing for free. Because I've done the math on, like, what my stream is actually worth to viewers. And basically it's worth a copy of the game. Like, the amount of viewers I have on average, like, it seems possible or likely that I will convince one person to buy every game I play. Just one person. And so, like, it's worth a free copy of the game. It's a really good game. Maybe I'll convince 2 people. But yeah, so my stream is worth a game. That's the value. Like, one day it'll be worth more. But for now, I know where I stand. I know what I'm worth. My conversion rates are like, if I play a game, maybe 2 people will buy the game. That is, if the game is good. Like you hit the random clickers and low budget. Whoa, hey! Somebody put a dragon on that frog. Oh, sorry, that was a salamander. I hate it when you call them frogs. Oop! Can't stun the dragon. Well, alright then. Treasure? Infantry shirt. I'm infantry. Does it look good on me? It doesn't work on me. Okay. Who wears the t-shirt? Like, I imagine it would be probably wizard gear. But typically, you expect that to say something about robes. Alright. Now we get to the dragon segment of this dungeon. Like, I don't think there are any actual dinosaurs here, but it still has kind of a Jurassic Park vibe to me. Like, if you put dragons in the dungeon, or not the dungeon, the jungle, like, what am I supposed to think? What are dinosaurs if not just jungle dragons? Yeah. Nothing over here. So in Hawk Manor, you get rewarded every time you wander off the trail. It's like, here's another treasure chest. Here, there's nothing. I guess you did get rewarded for, like, saving the goblins. So that's something. But, like, there's lots of weird corners here that are just, you know, part of the environment. Have a good stream. You've been looking at my schedule so I don't miss anything. I'm just... well, let's see. That was a typo. In the end. You're just in the end. What? You're in the end? The call is coming from inside the game. Another thing, like, if somebody's interested in me playing a game, I will take suggestions. Like, I'm trying to reduce the number of games I have going on at the same time to 2. Because when I do 3 at a time, I end up playing, like, the same game for months because I don't have enough time to finish it. Deep Jungle Kitty. Tell me you got something special for me. Like, you seem like a unique beast down here. What are you doing? Alright, where's the treasure? No? You're just a kitty? Or did you open the long stop gut gate? I'd have to rewind the video to see if, like, yeah, that gate was open or wasn't open until I did that. Hey, I've mapped it. But yeah, if you're ever interested in seeing me play, like, a certain game, you let me know. Right now, the most requested game is Dinkum, weirdly enough. Dinkum's one of those games that doesn't look good. And frankly, I don't think it's supposed to look good. I mean, it's the Australian outback. Like, it's never looked appealing, right? Are those eggs gonna pop? Everyone's going over here. Alright. Hey, leave my boys alone. Alright, the one thing the NPCs are great at is popping Esuna. Like, I'm probably a terrible healer because I fail to notice when people get like a stack of poison. And I'm just like, man, why am I healing you twice as often? Oh yeah. But like the NPC white mage here, they're like poison detected. Eradicating poison. There we go. That almost hit me real hard. In case you're here looking for like tanking advice, which you shouldn't be, like I am not a Final Fantasy expert, but like there are two things that I need to know. One, tank stance needs to be up. Number two, point the enemy's butt at the party. So like once I have his attention, I'm supposed to turn him around. That way, whenever he does like, you know, some fire breath or big sweeping attack, it's not hitting everybody. Now there's some bosses that do like little tail whips and stuff, and then maybe you want to like angle them differently. But for the most part, that's how you tank. I got an axe. I like the other one better. I like the axes with the big flat end, you know? Speak to... I don't think you loaded in quite then. Goodly Uplander as thanks of Gobbyflock. Blighty Beast was tricksy foe, but Uplander outwitted with plans making. Uplander has goodly head for fighty think. Brayflox happy gives tasty fresh gobby treeps to clever Uplander. Cheese's stinky sweet gobby treat. Special make with gobby's secret gobby arts. No party complete without gobby gooba. Gobby gouda? Brayflox ever say. I agree. Alright. Whoop. That's not the chocobo button. Ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Now, a game that you could convince me to play this week might be Norland. I picked that up on a whim. And if you like RimWorld, Norland kind of has a similar feel to it. Similar vibe. Medieval colony sim. Where your people go, you know, have various traits that lead to various comical circumstances. We're going to Hidden Falls. Are you coming along? Yeah. Like, my first time playing it, a neighboring village asked for help. And I was like, I don't have an army, so I don't want to help. But this guy was in town, he was like, hey, you can hire me as a free lord. I'm like, okay, can I hire you, send you out there, and then you die before I have to pay? It didn't work like that. I had to pay him up front. But I sent him there with the intention, like, I'll send these guys to die, and then maybe I'll get, like, some approval. Like, just sending people I don't care about in the slightest. And that way, like, they can't say I didn't help. Anyway, I sent them. Everyone I sent died. They lost the war, and then they hated me for it. I was like, oh man, that did not go well. So all of a sudden I was at war with the neighboring counties. That was fun. Anyway, yeah, if you want me to play that game on stream, I will. I gather you solved Brayflox's little problem? Oh, by the gods, that unholy stench. This is definitely goblin cheese. Judging from the smell, this should be quite flavorful. How is it made? It's best you remain ignorant of such things. I still remember when I learned what kind of milk they use. I think there's a place in France that makes cheese with maggots inside of it. I haven't tried maggot cheese myself, but I would. It's like the kind of crazy person I am. Let me check the quest log, see if we want to keep going for now. I have a long to-do list today, and I am not sure I have time to continue playing right now. I think we'll see the end of this, and then we'll see what happens. What do you mean you forgot the wine? We'll finish up this arc. Bravo, old. Thanks to you, our ghost shall be honored with a marvelous banquet. But what good is an exotic feast without equally exquisite aperitif? Luckily, I just know the person to ask. Make your way to Wineport and seek out Shamani Lamani, another former member of the company. All you have to do is give him this order slip, he'll take care of the rest. Oh, and if you're wondering if this is merely a ploy to test your patience, I assure you I do actually need that wine. And while you're there, give Shamani Lamani my regards. Oh, Wineport is over on the other side too. Well, alright. Do-do. The Blood Shore. Feyrenala. Wonder if that is a made-up name or if it is stolen from Elden Ring. It feels like it would be taken from Elden Ring. I fought some Renalas. I'm sure of it. I think I fought Renalas, Rolanas, and Raladaladalas. We're going to Raincatcher Gully. Are you coming along? Yeah. I deeply wish I could just spend the entire day playing games. I've got a to-do list a mile long. I hate it. One of these days, this will be my day job, and I will play, like, huge streams every single day. As the dream. Like, it's working so far. Like, the audience is growing. It's gonna take a long time, but it's working. Sweat, grime, and blood. Aye, you reek of blood and adventure, unless I am mistaken. What brings you to Wineport? This? An order, let me guess. A request for the finest vintage I can muster. This paper smells of loam and perfume. Costa del Sol. There's also a... oh god! Unmistakable odor of goblin cheese. Yes, Master Gegaruji would not settle for anything less than the best. Dristwites and his crew must be quite busy preparing an exotic feast, hence his decision to rely on an adventurer. But, perhaps you're confused. This display of deduction was not intended to impress you. When one loses his vision, he is forced to compensate in other ways. But you've no interest in my affairs. You only wish to discuss the wine, I suspect. Yeah, alright. I've learned the ability Shirk. We will probably never use it. Life can be so delightfully unpredictable. I've always had a passion for wine, but it wasn't until I was forced to retire that I could pursue it as more than a mere hobby. It wouldn't have been possible if not for the savings I amassed during my time as a mercenary, of course. Say what you will about the nature of that work, none can deny that it pays well. But you grow impatient, and Weisscap must have his wine. Herein lies the problem. Nothing in my position is of sufficient quality for the occasion. The best vintages in town are hoarded by Brayflox, who owns and operates the largest winery in Vilbren. Somehow, I doubt he will be receptive to your request, but given these circumstances, we must needs beg his assistance. Kill him. Got it. Luckily, he's right next door. What rank amateur bottled this wine? The impurities have rendered it nigh undrinkable. This missile is too good for a man responsible. He should be made to drink every drop of this polluted swill. What's this? I'm in the middle of an important discussion. I do not care for interruptions. Huh? That neophyte vintner bid you to speak with me? Ha! Neither you nor your friend has the palate to appreciate the subtle qualities of my private stock. Would sooner serve a Gobu urine than sell you my worst vintage. Be gone from my sight. Well, alright. I take it he said no. Really? And those words. Well, I can't say I'm surprised. While there's no denying his passion and skill, the wine baron of Limsa Laments is not a man known for his tact. Very well, we shall have to take an alternative approach. There's a chance, however small, that another resident of Wineport can furnish us with a suitable wine. In fact, had you come several years ago, I guarantee this would not be a problem. As the quality of our product has declined significantly in recent years, the only breeds cultivated these days are common lowland vines, which isn't to say the grapes are of poor quality, only that we have known better. Long ago, the vignerons of Wineport crossbred several species, produced a grape-bearing vine of never-before-seen quality. Bacchus grapes were the pride of this town, and they were used to produce vintages that surpassed all others. This includes the most aromatic, the most complex, and the most flavorful of all wines. Aye, the legendary Bacchus wines were right here in Wineport. Pardon my enthusiasm. You see, I once had the privilege to sample that particular wine. It was an otherworldly experience. In that moment, I felt as though I had tasted the nectar of the gods themselves. I transcended my mortal flesh and was one with all creation. But as is all too often said, the calamity changed that. The Bacchus vineyards were completely destroyed, along with much of the existing stock of Bacchus wines. But little remains is closely guarded by its owners, for it can no longer be made. We can convince Berglein to part with his wines. Our next best option is as ridiculous as it sounds, is to find someone who has a bottle of Bacchus wine and to offer them every gill we can spare. Heard rumors that one of the vignerons tending the vineyards might have once owned a bottle. Perhaps you could start by speaking with them? Alright, now the grapes in Final Fantasy XIV have a surprisingly interesting history. I believe at one point they graphically updated the grapes. And they were like, each of these vines, I think, used to contain the grapes. Oh, they still have grapes. Yeah, you see these, like, terrible low-poly grapes? Like, while they were making improvements for the game, they boosted the appearance of the grapes. And in, like, certain quests or instances, they were, like, pickable. And the problem is, like, there were so many spawns of these grapes, and the weird way that they improved the resolution of the grapes made them a very resource-heavy thing to spawn into the game. And I think they crashed the server. Like, the grapes were too good. It was like one of the weirdest bugs ever seen in a video game, where the grapes were too pretty. So pretty that they destroyed the entire server, or took down a data center, or several, or all of them. I'll have to re-look up the history of the grapes in Final Fantasy XIV. But eventually they had to revert them back to these shoddy-looking grapes. And that's just kind of a hilarious story. Thank you for indulging me. What? Do I have Bacchus wine? I wish. Never had the chance to try it myself. Sorry, friend. But you're a few years too late. Okay. Where's the other one? He's somewhere around here. There he is. Whoop. Not how I sprint. Durim Fallorim. Bacchus wine, but don't remind me. I used to have a cellar filled with this stuff. Thought I could keep the wine safe from thieves and the elements. Never counted on a bloody primal blowing up my god's damned house. A primal blew up your house, you say? Can I have the GPS coordinates for your house? No luck, huh? Most regrettable, but we had to try. But Bacchus wine would have been perfect for the occasion. Though I must confess, my certitude could be due in part to my personal history with the beverage. It is, after all, the very reason I decided to become a vintner. After Titan blinded me in our battle beneath Ogomoro, fell into a deep depression. It wasn't until I tasted Bacchus wine for the first time that I realized that there was still so much I could experience, even in my condition. It helped me find a new direction in life. It breaks my heart to think that wondrous ambrosia, which once filled me with hope, may be lost forever to us. I don't know, vitality? Seems like a thing a tank would use. I must say, this talk of Bacchus wine has made me rather nostalgic. Indeed, there's much I miss about my life at a company of heroes. After everything the captain has done for me, I could not bear to disappoint him. I have no fear. I swear I shall find a suitable wine for the banquet, though I may need some time to think about a solution. Meantime, there's a favor I would ask you. 2 years ago, in the deepest depths of my despair, I stumbled across Vilbrand as a vagabond drunk. I suspect I was looking for a place to die because I nearly found one not far from here. It was there that I met a man named Drest, took me in and nursed me back to health. And it was he who gave me my first taste of Bacchus wine, which helped me find my new calling. I'm still a novice in the arts of winemaking. I would like him to know that I'm pursuing my dream. This wine is my own original creation. I would be most grateful if you delivered it to him in my stead. Rest sometimes works at the Raincatcher Gully docks, so perhaps Reichskilt can tell you where to find him. Reichskilt? Ritskilt. Skilt. Right. Reet. Root. Leet. Shreet. Ruskrit? That's his name. This guy's name is a record scratch. Alright. You there. Dressed? Oh, you mean the hermit? Ah, yeah, I tossed him a few gil when we needed a extra pair of hands. He doesn't talk about himself. And I sure as hells don't ask. When a man's got a face with scars like that, you best leave well enough alone, I say. If you've a mind to find him, though, then head southwest to the Severed String. I'm on it. I think this river will take me right to him, right? No? Maybe it will, but we'll take the short way. It's nice not to be mauled by cats. That's the best part about the double XP on this server. Or on this data center. That and not like getting stuck doing dailies in Heaven's Ward when we get there. But the fact that I can do main quests just by like walking to the destination without fighting my way there. Like, I kind of want to get to the good stuff. Hey, there you are. You look kind of like me. What do you want? Wine? I didn't ask for this. Who sent you? Guy talks like me too. Can't sleep. It won't let me sleep. The midges, the buzzing, keeps me awake. I never wanted to hurt anyone. I want to fight. I want to fight. Please make the buzzing stop. Make the midges go away. Yeah, dude sounds a lot like me. Alright. Now we killed the midges. Oh, someone's out here killing midges. Save some for me. I didn't count, did it? Is there like an invisible bot around here? Gakalove, huh? Yeah, I think there might be a hacker here kind of ruining my day. Midges. There's a midge. There's a midge. Give me the midge. Like, I think maybe it's a hacker out here causing me problems. Like, you notice how you couldn't actually see him. But he was out there hitting these guys for free. I feel like that's because, you know, he's sending false grid coordinates through his Final Fantasy client to say, like, hey, I'm at this X and Y, but, like, you can never know when, like, the correct Z is for, like, such a bumpy landscape. And so if you're botting and you're just telling people you're at a location, it's hard to say exactly what Z-axis you should be on if you're not using the real grid coordinates. That's why that's my theory. Of course, it could just be like a visual glitch and nobody's actually out there doing stuff. But yeah. See this Gak Love guy who's under the ground? Can I click on him? Level 46, eh? What you wearing? Manor sandals. Like, he's going through the quests. He's a bard. Questionable behaviors there, living underground. I don't know. Unlike most people, like, botting doesn't bother me too much, as long as it doesn't interfere with other people. It's not so loud anymore. Did you do that? Thank you. You helped me. Even after what my comrades and I did to your country. We were on a reconnaissance mission when the maelstrom caught us by surprise. Tried to escape, but the others... No one else survived. I didn't ask for this, damn it. I'm not even Garlean. They conquered my lands just like they tried to conquer yours. I don't want to die in some blasted jungle halfway around the world. I just want to go home. I wish to thank Shamani for the wine. That was overly kind. Would you be willing to bear a gift back to him? Earlier today at Red Mantis Falls, I collected the sap from the nearby palm trees. If placed in coconut shells and stored for a few bells' time, it makes for a fine wine, see? Should be ready by now. I left 3 shells out there. Please take them to Shamani for me. I'm glad he's moved on with his life. I hope one day to do the same. Palm wine, that sounds really good. I'm not much for like the snobby wine myself. Like, I'm not drinking like trash bag bread wine either. But I mean, if it tastes good. Come on, let me down here. But if you're looking for a fine wine to impress a date, I recommend a Malbec. Like a good South American Malbec. Like, I imagine, like, wine connoisseurs might turn up their nose to it, but it tastes really good. And it sounds fancy enough that it can impress a date. But really, like, the big key is it tastes great. Like, it's one of the sweetest wines. And it might just be my sugary heart speaking. But, like, the really dry and sour wines, like, they don't appeal to me much. Like, the sweeter a wine gets, the better it is to me. And South American flavors tend to, like, lean in that sweet direction. And so if you get yourself a nice Argentinian Malbec, not only will you blow your partner away with your taste and wines and the fact that you have, like, something fancy you can pull out at a fancy occasion, but it actually tastes really good too, and so you'll have a good time. Now, maybe in different cultures it doesn't work so well, but in America it's never steered me wrong. Whenever I bring the wine out on a date. It has been some time, old. What news do you have of Dressed? Coconuts. Oh yeah! He did have some knowledge of winemaking. Simplistic, but nevertheless effective method that utilizes the natural properties of palm sap. I shall have to enjoy this batch before it spoils. We're not so different, Dressed and I. 2 men who have long struggled not to let our scars define us. I worry that he has been alone with his thoughts for far too long. Aye, it's time I paid him a visit. Thank you for looking after him, old. Alright. Come on, let's culminate this feast thing. By gods, old, listen. I know you're eager to wash your hands of this wine business, but I've just discovered something extraordinary about Dressed palm wine. He sealed each coconut shell with a leaf which has a very distinct shape and unusual odor. I thought I was going mad at first, but now I'm certain these are the leaves of the Brayflox grapevine. Do you know what this means? Somewhere in the Raincatcher Gully, the legendary vine still grows. If we could obtain a cutting, we could revive the Bacchus wine industry. We must know where Dress found these leaves. Here, take one of them back to him to see what he remembers. Alright. I'm doing this. Doop-ba-doop-ba-doo-doo-doo-doop. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doop. I thought for sure that would be the end of these errands. Like, not that I don't appreciate this, but it's kind of gone on too long. At this point, I get it's like a running joke. Like, we got stuff to do. Even the NPCs are getting fed up. I wonder what the secret to fighting Titan is. I mean, it seems like the secret we're trying to find out is where he is. So I guess, like, you know, directions. They do seem kind of important and necessary. But I could have swore they, like, phrased it earlier that it was like they were going to give us advice on how to beat him. Cannot see the target. Yes, I can. Ah, hello again. What is it? It's just a leaf, isn't it? I only chose it because it was pretty. Didn't know it was rare. Found him near the Juggernaut to the south, but I didn't see any grapevines. Saw some fresh Gubu tracks, though. Maybe the leaves came from the vines growing on the back of one such beast? If you go look for it, please be careful. Some Gubus are more territorial than others. You may have to defend yourself. Now I wonder if that guy, who I'm fairly confident was botting, was going through, yeah, the main story quest. He was doing things. So like he hunted the midges, and then he was fighting this guy, Shezmu. Yeah, that makes him even more tolerable in my opinion as a botter. Because I remember in like World of Warcraft, you'd be like, kill 17 walruses, and then you go out there, there's a bot just like smacking all of them so you couldn't get any, and you're just like, ugh. And they never leave. They're just like, okay, for the next 10 levels, hang out in this area. But here, the best way to level is to do the main story quests. Now, I thought about installing some harmless mods myself. I'm not going to. But, because, like, the risk of getting banned is too great. Like, Final Fantasy doesn't mince words when it comes to, like, modding. Like, if you're caught doing it, you're banned. Get out. But, I thought it would be hilarious if I modded the song that plays when I ride the fat chocobo to like some real gangster rap, you know? Even had a song in mind. I've got a license with Epidemic Sound so that I can use their music in like whatever videos I choose. And so like I found like the most aggressive rap song I could find on there. And I was gonna blast that. It was this song was Yin and Yang by like the ISO something. Anyway, that should be enough information to find it if you wanted to hear it. What did Dress have to say, old? Tell me everything. Honestly, I almost worked up the courage to rap myself. Ah, I was right. The smell, the texture. I hold in my hands a Bacchus grapevine cutting. Come now, enough of this nonsense. I've heard talk of your discovery, and I refuse to believe that a common adventurer and a novice vintner could... Well, if it's my witness, it is a Bacchus grapevine. Wherever did you find this fantastic specimen? What? You would offer this to me, but why? There's none better positioned to reconstruct the Bacchus vineyards than you, Master Berglate. You have the resources, the knowledge, and the passion to do so. That would be selfish of me to keep this cutting. I never knew you cared so deeply about your craft. Thank you, good sir. I will not squander this gift. In just a few years' time, I swear that every tavern across Eorzea will once again be clamoring for a cask of Wineport's legendary Bacchus wine. Sir, you need... Wait. The shape of this bottle, the scent of the label. This can't possibly be... A 1547 Bacchus? That's impossible. This vintage has not been seen since years before the calamity. It's the crown jewel of my personal collection. For years, I debated opening it, wondering if today or tomorrow would be the ideal time. But now I realized it was never meant for me. It should be savored by the saviors of Wineport, I say. He made us an offer we cannot refuse. Master Gegaruju would find no finer wine. You have forever changed Wineport, old. Thank you for your kindness and your generosity. But do not permit me to delay you any longer. Pray, deliver the wine to Captain Weisket. Huh? Well, yes, I would very much like to drink it, but I am a patient man. I have faith that one day I shall have another opportunity to taste perfection. Okay. Alright, now it feels like this arc is over. We've talked to everybody in the universe. Once we see the thrilling conclusion, I will sign off. Oof. I went 45 minutes longer than I intended to. Oh my god, it's lunchtime. Yep. That's how I do. Go to Hidden Falls? I will go to Hidden Falls. There's this current theory kind of circling Twitch right now. Theory. There's a marathon meta where like long 12-hour or even multi-day streams are way more successful, and I think that's true. My 8-hour streams do way better than my 2-hour streams. And I definitely could do like long gaming marathons. Sometimes I wonder if I should do like fireman streaming, where I stream for like 3 days straight and then take 4 days off. I doubt it would be that entertaining. I don't want you guys to have to watch me sleep, but I can definitely go for a long time without breaks. I'd probably lose some weight too. Your prolonged absence was beginning to concern me. So what of the wine I asked you to bring? Oh, just the best wine that's ever existed. What the... is that? 7 hells of 1547 Bacchus. Even I know how rare that is. I would admit I didn't think you had it in you. But congratulations, old. Thanks to you, this will be the most luxurious feast Costa del Sol has seen in years. Considering the lengths you went to, I hope our guests appreciate it. Speaking of which, your associate arrived a short while ago. She appears to be growing somewhat impatient. Perhaps you could tell her that the banquet is about to begin. Okay. Did you hear? You have the look of a man who has been to the seventh hell and back. Not a guest should be expected to supply the victuals for a banquet held in his own honor. And while this shadow of a titan looms over us all, it beggars belief. I can only applaud your stoicism. Had I been asked to endure such ignominy, I fear I should have accepted my lot with less grace. It's party time. I look good. I look like I'm wearing formal attire, sort of. Lady Y'shtola, Sir Sugarheart. 1,000 pardons for this extreme discourtesy. I was wholly unaware of your true identity, sir. Had I known, I never would have permitted my man to subject you to such unspeakable ordeals. Come now, you must have sensed something was amiss. You didn't seriously think I would send you running the length and breadth of Eorzea for a banquet, did you? Spare him your mockery, Captain. Your intent was unclear to me until this moment. And unlike me, Old has no knowledge of your traditions. Mayhap you would be so good to enlighten him? Aye, fair's fair. No sense hiding it any longer. We 5 were chosen by our brothers and sisters, and before the company of heroes disbanded, we each swore a solemn oath that any who would follow in our footsteps must be weighed and measured, not by their reputation, but by their deeds. Each man would judge these would-be godslayers by his own criteria. If even one found him wanting, it would be rejected without a second thought. But if he proved himself worthy, we swore we would do our utmost to support his cause. The world has ever been full of brave souls eager to give their lives for a righteous cause, but all too few are capable of making a difference with their sacrifice. To send wave after wave of hapless adventurers into the jaws of a foe against whom they have no hope of victory is worse than futile. Titan is not one to be challenged lightly, and we will not be complicit in the deaths of the unworthy. Which is why the 5 of you deigned to test Old with such commendable thoroughness. Time well spent, I'm sure, but tell us, Captain, what is the assessment of you and your fellows? He's a brave one, that much is certain. He willingly walked out into the midst of danger despite my repeated warnings that could cost him his life. His skill is undeniable. He stalked his prey as relentless as any child of the sands and struck with precision when opportunity presented itself. Too many adventurers these days care only for fortune and glory. Old, however, is kind and a generous soul. I'm certain he has no shortage of loyal allies that will gladly fight at his side. Wily Outlander is talent for plansmaker, tricksy foe for mighty rockman. I can only concur with my colleagues' assessments. We 5 of the Company of Heroes hereby judge you a worthy challenger. Cast down the Lord of Crags, old Sugarheart. Write a new chapter in the history of Eorzea. Okay. With the formalities out of the way, let the festivities begin. Summon the dancers, pour the wine. Eat, drink, and be merry, my friends. For today we celebrate the birth of a new legend, Old Sugarheart, Titan's Bane. Old Sugarheart, Titan's Bane. Woo! Yay! Oh, you're so amazing. Woo! Speak with the bronze-skinned beauty. Shall we? I mean, the quest isn't over. I suppose I should. I mean, if I have to. Congratulations, sweetling. Now relax and enjoy the show. It's only just begun. I mean, I've been to Limsa Laminsa. This is nothing I haven't seen before. Alright, where's the food? Alright. Nom 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 nom. Now that food could use a graphics update. Tasting the exotic feat triggers a divine revelation. In that brief transcendent moment, you glimpse the true form of reality, comprehending its fleeting nature, and cry out to the heavens in celebration. That was alright. When you face the Lord of Crags, think not of Limsa Laminsa, Eorzea, or anything beyond his chamber. Think only of the men and women at your side. Fight for them and they will fight for you. Remember that no great victory was ever achieved alone. Goody Uplander must be facing mighty Rockman with clever fighty think. Gobby flock cannot be coming to rescue this time. Okay. I'll hold you, brave old fool. Promise me that when you meet Titan, you'll look him in the eye and tell him Landil sends his regards. What's this? I have a free company invite from Rise Normandize. No, thank you. I am going solo for now. You are a veteran of countless battles, old. This is but one more. Trust in your experience and you will prevail. You're blessed with the fortitude to rival the earth itself. Titan will struggle to break you, I think. What up? You're kind to indulge them, old. This banquet is as much for the company as it is for you, whatever they may claim. I do not deny that they mean well, but now is scarcely the time for celebration. Though they have all but pronounced you the victor, the battle with the Titans has yet to begin. The hour has come and the good captain the hour has come for the good captain to make good on his promise. We must speak with him again. Okay. You must be eager to face Titan, as promised. Well, hang on. What if I don't? You must be eager to face Titan, as we promised. We'll show you the way. Travel to the Bronze Lake in Upper Lanoska, where you'll meet with Riol, another man who once served with the company. To ensure that his knowledge doesn't fall into the wrong hands, he will remain in hiding until you give him the correct signal. Give me your map. You must whistle loudly at 3 locations I mark. Only then will he appear to meet you at his 4th location. I realize this may seem excessive now, but you will see that it is more reasonable once you comprehend the risks inherent in our method. I forgot to quit. I was supposed to stop, but I can't stop now. I've started a quest. Where am I going? The Bronze Lake. I've been there. Whoop. Whistle. Oop. Whistle. And whistle. Oh, I started at the wrong end. He appeared way over here. You in here, buddy? Real. Oh, he's up there. I'm glad I didn't jump down. Was he higher than this? Nah, there he is. Hey. Greetings, mate. Might you be the one the captain said would be calling? I thought so. Pay attention now, because I ain't explaining myself twice. Well, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching, everybody who did watch. I had a good time. We are going to be playing more of this tomorrow, unless you guys would rather see Norland. Let me know what you think. If somebody wants to see Norland, I'll play it before the end of the week. In the meantime, I have a to-do list a mile long. I'm going to sign off for now. Yes, I am in a rested area, so I will sign off right here. Ah, beautiful storm. Actually pretty cool. Oh, I failed the fate. Anyway, thank you so much. Have a great day. I'm going to sign off, and I'm going to send you to somebody. Surely somebody's streaming. This isn't my usual time, so I don't actually know. Who do we have? We have... let's see. Ladies in bikinis. I won't send you to that. House cat. Just chatting. Art. It seems my viewers left. I don't feel like I have enough to send to anybody. I only raid if I have more than one viewer. I appreciate you guys. Have a good day. Bye-bye.